Hi everyone, and welcome to Geeks, Our Sexy TV show. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host, Michelle Roxy Davis, and we are live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, I want to tell you guys, it's all about how you maintain your life. You know, at the end of the day, you work hard, you take care of your family, do all the things necessary, but what are you doing for yourself? And that's what we're going to go over with certified OBGYN Haiti Dokasar. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. And I want to give a big shout out to Tyra Bell Holland.
Yes, Tyra.
Yes. Hey.
We're missing you.
Yes, we miss you. And thank you so much for putting this interview together. So we want to talk about rejuvenation and how that is your company and how you let every woman know that you can make them tighter from the eyes to the thighs.
Absolutely.
So one of the things we want to promote today is Ideal Protein.
Yes. It's a new program that I brought into my practice, and most of my population is 40 plus because I don't deliver babies anymore.
Right.
So there are a lot of these women are struggling with not only weight issues but health issues. So I try and just bring different opportunities in, and I'm really excited about the Ideal Protein. We've been doing it for about 4 months now.
I see it everywhere. Everywhere I go, there's the bars, the drinks, the meal plans. Tell me what you like so much about it.
I like that it's easy to use, especially if you're a busy person, because it's not something you have to prepare. All the packets already come individualized.
That's nice.
To give you the high protein, low fat, and low carbs.
Now I want to talk about that, the fat, the carb, and the protein.
Yes.
Now, when is a good time to have the three? Why is it good to have the three?
So I always tell people there's a difference in eating for health and also eating for weight loss. And I'm sure you can appreciate this being that you're in so much health and when you're preparing for shows, and so it's completely different. When we're talking just about weight loss, you do have to cut your carbs, unfortunately, and you do have to manage the fats, because otherwise your body's not going to go to your own fat stores to break it down.
Life sucks, meaning that's what it comes down to.
Get rid of all the good stuff, basically.
Which is hard, because everywhere you go there's temptation. I mean, Vegas is like the capital mecca of food, and it's like, you know, for me, I work out hard, but then I have to weigh and I have to make sure I get my fat, protein, and carb, but it's the timing. Every 3 hours.
Absolutely.
You have to make sure that you eat on a timely program. That's what I learned. I was like, why do I have to measure and eat at a certain time?
Because the body, believe it or not, is actually very simple in how we process our foods. Our body's like a machine, and it does it a certain way.
Right.
The hard part is for us as human beings to be able to follow and regulate that.
Right.
But it is important, because we're not just looking at weight loss to look good, we're looking at weight loss for health reasons.
And we don't always have the time to cook every 3 hours or to, I mean, that's why there's fast food, and that's why there's all those convenient things. But ideally, Ideal Protein is the convenient way to go with managing your weight loss. Now let's talk a little bit about body insulin and body fat, and kind of the two going around with hormones and everything in that combination.
Right. Well, again, the body, every time we feed ourselves carbohydrates in the liver, they're going to basically convert into sugars, which increases our insulin levels. And anytime our insulin levels are high, we're going to want to store fat.
Right.
And again, it's pretty simple. But one of the things about Ideal Protein that I love the most is it has phases.
Okay.
And I think that's important, because when you're doing this, you're not just doing this for a month. It has to be a lifestyle change, right? Or you're going to gain the weight back.
Right.
So the first phase is where you do use most of the products. You use 3 products a day from the company, and you do cook your own meal in the evening. And then we phase you through the other phases and teach you actually how to eat in a ketotic state. So that's another big word. What is ketosis?
I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah. And there's different ways to look at this. When you're in a ketosis state, what you're doing is you're actually burning fat. But we do have to be very careful, because sometimes some of these diets will also have a lot of fat in the diets, which for your health is actually not good at all. So you do have to, it's complicated. You have to understand, you have to have somebody help you out.
Like you.
Right, and that's where I get excited because I feel like I do have a coach that deals with my patients, but I'm involved all the way. You know, I look at their meal plans every week. We're looking at their numbers, their weights. We also have a very sophisticated scale, believe it or not, because we teach our patients that your weight is not just made up of fat.
I feel like you give them the comfort and the support they need to be in an environment where there is no embarrassment. You're working with them. You're kind of doing what, you know, they need to do, but you're educating them at the same time.
And that's important because I think if people understand why they're doing something, they're going to be more propelled to do it.
Right. Now, is Ideal Protein a food program that people can stay on forever, or is this something kind of...
They can actually. Our goal is actually to keep the last phase is to keep people on it, which all that means is teaching them how to eat in a ketotic state, and then maybe using one of the products just daily.
I want you to come back and geek out on the whole ketosis, that whole thing.
It's very interesting.
It is, and you geek out so well on it, and you help people out, and you transform their lives, and your typical clients are 40 plus. And so anyone who is interested in coming and having a consultation with you, give her a call, 702-550-4870. Her office is located at 7997 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 103, and it's here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. And I love the pink glasses.
There you go. Mention my pink shoes, which you can't see.
Bend and snap. All right, and also go onto YouTube, Haiti Dokasar MD. You can check her out, and yeah, I want you to geek out more on social media and stuff, because
would love to.
I'm gonna
take your advice on that.
Your rejuvenation is amazing, and I love that stuff. I really want to learn more, so you guys should too. Okay, don't go anywhere. You're watching Geeks Are Sexy on WCOBM.TV.